All right, hope everybody's doing good. Today we're going to be talking about something that's pretty timely. It's September. We're headed into October. October is fall. Fall comes before winter. And with winter, your turtles are going to go down for the winter, or you're going to bring them inside. If you're like me and you like to keep things outdoors and you like to keep things as natural as possible, so today we're going to be talking about my favorite top 5 cold tolerant turtles. I'm gonna go straight into it. The 5 most cold tolerant turtles. All right, so one of the first and one of my favorites of the really cold tolerant turtles is the common musk turtle, AKA the stink pot. These guys are, he stinks, dude. Stinks so much. I wish I didn't pick it up. But yeah, stink pots, as their name implies, are musk turtles. That name comes from the fact that they expel musk as a defense when predators mess with them or when I pick them up. But I love these guys. They have really good personalities, really easy to keep outdoors. They breed readily. Musk turtles will mate a couple times a year. Sometimes they'll lay eggs 2, maybe even 3 times a year, depending on your location. And just otherwise, just fantastic animals to keep. I love them, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this one down. The neat thing with the common musk turtle is it has a huge range. They range all the way up the East Coast into like Maine. They also go up the Midwest, and I think they even make their way to the Great Lakes in Canada. So they're a very versatile turtle. I think in terms of the best overall musk turtle, I think they might be the best overall musk turtle just because of that cold toleration ability that they have to just be able to handle all those fluctuating temperatures. If you're going to keep yours outdoors, I like to do ponds, stock tanks, tubs. But one of the things that I have noticed is they can overwinter at the bottom of the water if it's heavily oxygenated. So if you have a pump running and the oxygen's going through the water, if it freezes, you want to still keep your water running and let it still have some oxygen down in the water. Another thing they may do is go up on land and then bury themselves. So I like to provide a nice layer of heavy leaves and soil and mulch in case they want to overwinter up on land. So yeah, that's my first pick for the top 5. All right, so my next pick for cold tolerance is, and this guy is just amazing, the northern red-bellied turtle. I mean, these guys are beautiful. They're awesome basking turtles. They're friendly, impressive. They get to a pretty decently large size, not as big as some of the river cooters, but they do get to about 12, 13 inches, and they have like nice bulky shape to them, big, friendly faces, and they love to eat vegetation, and they can handle some cold temperatures. They go, I think, from the coast of northern North Carolina, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, through Virginia and into, I think New Jersey, but they go up the East Coast. And just amazing basking turtles. If you have the space, they do really well in a pond. Like the musk turtle, they'll overwinter at the bottom of the pond. You might want to run some oxygen, so just run like a pump so that the surface is always agitated, and they'll overwinter at the bottom just fine. And on warm days during the winter, when it's in like maybe the 50s, you might see them basking. I've actually seen this guy basking when it's 40 degrees alongside the eastern painted turtles. What an awesome guy. Now, one of the things you might want to remember with a turtle like the northern red belly is they may not be legal. If you live within their range, you might want to check your laws and make sure that it is okay for you to have one of these guys, because you don't want to get mixed up with something that you're not legally allowed to have. All right, for this next one, I've got to actually find one. They can hide really good in this setup, so I'm actually trying to find them. They're really well hidden. Let's see. Where are you at? This is part of the fun of having these, is trying to find them. So here we go. So the next one on the list is going to be the box turtles. Box turtles are well known for being cold tolerant. The eastern box turtle, I believe the ornate box turtle are all pretty cold tolerant. They actually range pretty far north. And then they live in a variety of habitats that see a lot of seasonal seasons. So this here is a Gulf Coast box turtle, very close relative of the eastern. They're basically a giant eastern. And these guys are notorious for being cold tolerant. These guys, for me, they a lot of times will spend half the winter underwater. They'll also bury into piles of mulch and leaves on land, and then emerge on warm days, stick their little head out and hang out. And they'll also come run around if we get a stretch of warm days. And they just do really, really well and are very cold tolerant. And I love them. I know Chris Leone up in New Jersey keeps these guys outdoors year-round. I think he also keeps his Florida box turtles year-round outdoors. So the box turtles are really well known for having a nice tolerance for the cold weather and being very versatile animals. So if you keep your box turtles outdoors, one of the things I like to do is here's another one. They're like right next to each other. This is a even bigger one. One thing I like to do going into winter is go and buy some of the floating cypress mulch. I think it's called no-float cypress mulch. But I go buy a big bag of that, and I just go put it down in the corners of the enclosure, or I'll go dig a hole and then fill it full of cypress mulch and then put something kind of over the top of it as a cover, and then they'll get under it and it'll be like a nice warm winter bunker. You can also rake your leaves in the fall and make big leaf piles, and your box turtles will just instinctually go into that. And then depending on how far north you are, you may not see them again until the spring, but that's part of the fun. That's part of the fun of winter, is you don't see them for a while and then they just rise like the Walking Dead in the spring, and it's really, really cool. So yeah, I really like the box turtles, and I think that they do fantastic. Like some of the other turtles on this list, you may want to check with your local laws. Not everybody can have box turtles where they live. In my own state, in Georgia, I actually have to have a special permit to have any box turtle. Unfortunately here they're not legal, and I believe that's to curb people from just picking them up off the road and taking them from the wild. So there are plenty of people out there captive breeding box turtles. If you can have them where you live, always recommend going captive bred. And leave a comment below if you know a good place to get captive bred box turtles, and share where you guys get your turtles from. Oh look, another box turtle. She was just sitting there watching me the whole time. What's up, girl? She's super friendly. Look at that. Look how curious she is. Love her. All right, so the next turtle on this list is one that I've always wanted to work with, and it is really well known for being cold tolerant, for having a wide range, and that is the spotted turtle. I love these guys. This is such an amazing turtle. Look at that. Look at that cool looking little plastron. Look at his little orange face. Spotted turtles are well known for ranging from Florida all the way up the East Coast, really far north. But these guys do really, really well in like a bog type setup. So you do like a shallow water with a lot of duckweed and like a soft bottom. And these guys will actually go through winter just on that soft bottom. And again, if you're doing it in an aquatic environment, it helps to have at least one end of your setup to have some kind of oxygenation. So run a recirculating pump, have that water kind of trickle back in and create a constant stream of bubbles. But these guys do really well in that, and just really friendly, outgoing turtles. They can get really used to people. This one came from my buddy Charlie Moorcroft, and his will actually come and take food off of tongs, and are just awesome animals. And they don't get big. Look at this. This is an adult male. See my hand? See how small that is in my hand? I don't have big hands. This is a small turtle, and that's all you need. You don't need a big turtle. I recommend small turtles. Get a spotted turtle. Check your local laws, but then get a spotted turtle. Spotted turtles are protected in most of the states that they actually occur in, so you may need to get some kind of special permit. I have a permit for mine because I use them for education, but if you're in a state where you can have them, I recommend spotted turtles all day long. They're fantastic. All right, so the next turtle is probably the best overall pet turtle there is, and that is the eastern painted turtle. I love these guys. Super cold tolerant. We've talked about this in my video on eastern painted turtles as one of the best pet turtles. They're colorful, they're small. This is an adult female. Doesn't get much bigger than this. Occasionally some get like maybe another inch or so, but this is still about a 4.5, 5-inch turtle. A big female might be 6.5 inches, but just absolutely gorgeous. And these guys are probably the cold weather champs as far as turtles go. They can live in water that freezes solid. They slow their heart rate down, and they basically barely exist through the winter, and then they can thaw out and then just be completely fine. Now that low dark colored shell helps on those warm winter days. They can actually come out and bask and get up to you know, a healthy operating temperature basically, because their shell is thin and it's dark, so they're able to generate a lot of heat quickly and be able to do the things that they need. As far as pets go, they're fantastic because they're small, they're really forgiving. You don't have to be a turtle expert to take care of an eastern painted turtle. You just need to follow the basic formulas of clean water, dry basking area, and plenty of space, and they do just fine. You can have a very modest pond in your yard and you can have an eastern painted turtle or a pair of eastern painted turtles. They also are pretty forgiving in terms of local laws. I know there are probably some states that may say that you can't have them because they're a native species, but overall, they're really easy to get a hold of. There's people captive breeding them. I always recommend these guys as a first choice for best pet turtles. They're friendly. They're not likely to bite you like a musk turtle is. They're just really forgiving and fun little animals to have around. And if you're going through the winter, they just do better when they actually get to go through that winter. You could bring them inside, but there's not really a point because they're gonna do better if they go through the seasons. And I love that. I love being able to see these guys. I have a few videos where it's been the middle of winter and it's been like 30 degrees and these guys are just sitting out basking like it's a summer day. It's the coolest thing in the world. So they're my pick for the best pet turtle, best pet cold tolerant turtle. Eastern painted turtles, man, they're just champs. I love them. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, leave a comment, drop a like, tell me a funny comment or story down in below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.